Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Teen Titans Roll. This week we have a question, and people have answers to the question, but we're not going to say what the question is because no one can agree. So, would someone like to give their answer to their question?
We should do this every week.
Can I answer all three questions?
You can answer 3 questions without saying what the question is.
Okay, I'm gonna answer 3 questions. My answers are Knuckle Joe from Kirby Right Back at Ya.
Excellent.
The evil computer from Barbie Life in the Dream House, and the theory that Paul McCartney died in a car accident and was replaced.
That's wonderful. Can you, listener, guess what the questions were for those answers?
Put in the comments.
Oh, goodness. I've got 2 of them.
All right, 2 answers.
One is Medusa Barbie. The other is that children are actually awake and retain memories from birth, but then they slowly decline and forget everything by the time they're like 2.
So like every fantasy or like kids like the Toys Come Alive fantasy movie.
Yes,
Reverse
except with
Rugrat theory, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great.
I got Stretch Armstrong and John Titer or whatever.
Oh, that one's yeah. The whole.
There you go.
Okay. All right.
I don't have one.
When I was
for
growing
the
up, I had
Yours is
this isn't
good.
really okay. I thought this was fucked up. It was a Buzz Lightyear that was like Iron Man colors, like glossy red and gold colors, and I don't know if that was an official variant armor, but I just thought it was really neat. That's it.
I don't even know what that's an answer to. I was keeping all of
I
it.
don't know what was the question.
No, we're not allowed to say the questions, guys.
You better tell us later. I'm
Okay.
confused.
So mine are Gaimon, Rapunzel Barbie, and the episode where Supergirl and Flash get put into an alternate reality where they had
Oh wait,
to,
I have an answer to that one too.
where they had to
Please answer.
find their way through in like a 1920s musical episode.
That's wonderful.
good.
That's great. My answer to that same question is the Ben 10 Generator Rex crossover episode.
Yes,
Oh!
that's a good one.
Has so much fucking sauce. Anyway, someone else.
I remember that.
I think all that's left is our Raven and our Terra.
Yeah.
The answer is obviously Cabbage Patch Kids. Birds aren't real, and I don't know. Does the duck from Spyro count with the weird voice? Sure.
Yeah, totally.
Sure.
Yeah, totally counts. Okay, then. My answers would be the Ghastly from Ghost of Maiden's Peak from Pokemon Indigo League.
Yo, good pick.
Ooh. Oh, okay, nice.
There's a doll that was for sale that pees.
I remember that. I remember that.
I remember that. I think I had that doll.
And oh yeah, there was a episode where Scooby-Doo and the gang teamed up with Batman and Robin to figure out
Oh,
a
yes.
supervillain.
Oh
Of
yeah.
course. And
classic,
then and then I haven't seen this one, but of course there's a lot of great Scooby-Doo crossovers with like Supernatural and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, and of course, birds are spy robots.
Yes, obviously.
Obviously.
I
If
think,
you thought
guys,
the
I think we've
baby
done it.
that
I think
peed
we
was
found
bad.
the best
Sorry.
way to alienate our audience.
we tasks failed successfully.
If you thought the baby that peed was bad, you should look up the baby that eats.
Yeah, and poops.
Oh, and then poops.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with that out of the way, hopefully forever, we can begin this episode of Teen Titans. So, last time on Teen Titans Roll, there was a new visitor in the appearance of Terra, who wowed and amazed the Titans who came together and welcomed her into their home. Terra was reluctant, however, to fully commit to staying, but was convinced by the lovable Beast Boy to hang around for at least another day. Then that next morning, the new obstacle course was tested out, and Cyborg used his amazing mechanical skills to blitz through the course at great speed, finishing it in 2 minutes flat. The new course record, although it is a new course. But now, will Beast Boy be able to beat his time for the course as he gears up at the starting countdown ready? Though Robin did just forego the countdown for Cyborg. We will see if he will be as cruel to Beast Boy. But now you are prepared at the starting position, Beast Boy, to move through the course. You are gearing up and getting ready. So, Robin, are you doing the typical system has a 10-second like countdown for them to like prep, but like you did not give
10
Cyborg
seconds.
that.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
You don't get that in a real battle, but I'll be nicer. I'll give him 3 seconds.
3 seconds. Okay. So, the timer appears the 3 seconds with at the command station that
I'm stretching in cheetah
command
form.
platform. All right, you are stretching in cheetah form. All right. Well, actually, before you can get into your form, you move up, and it is like you're getting ready, and the 3 seconds appear on the clock and count down, or they start to count down when you are getting ready at the start line. When Beast Boy, your communicator, gives off a message tone.
I ignore it.
Okay. Yeah, everyone hears his communicator give off a message tone. Which is weird because everyone's a linked system, and usually if one person gets a message, everyone's getting a message. But weirdly, everyone like sees that Beast Boy's phone is going off at the beginning of the start.
I bet it's his new girlfriend.
All right, do you look at it?
No.
Okay, no, you do not look at it. All right, the countdown goes to 0 and the course begins. All right, what are you doing to get through the laser barrage, the first obstacle?
Laser barrage. Let's see. I am going to turn into a peregrine falcon and try and swerve around them and do some fancy flying.
Wonderful. All right, roll like acrobatics to try to avoid the laser fire. And how fast is a peregrine? Is a falcon or?
It's the fastest animal.
That's true.
But only when going straight down.
Yeah, usually it reaches top speeds at a dive, but
I mean, like, you think about like the air elemental, I think has like 90 feet movement speed. I think that's at least fair. 90 feet. I mean, I just glanced at like a homebrew Falcon stat block, but I think that's fair to say. 90 feet. I think you can turn into some pretty fast stuff. Your giant eagle is already 80 feet, so I think that's reasonable to say.
Yeah.
It's not...
Why is it just a plain 14?
+4, +4. I think you rolled. It says you rolled 1d20 +4 proficiency +4 dex. You rolled a 6. That's why.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Okay. With a 6, unfortunately, that doesn't meet the mid difficulty tier. So, of at least 15. So you are weaving through, and the laser fire singes your wings, and you kind of like skid, and like you're slowed down. You end up having to like detransform and like run out of the last bit of the laser fire on foot, and that so you don't make very good time in that first portion. The next portion is just the rock spires, which is just more about like it's not a straight path. If you go on the ground, it's rough terrain, and it's basically athletics or acrobatics to make your way either aerially or whatnot through that. But if you have a different idea about how to get through this area of pillars, feel free to propose it.
It's pillars?
Yes, big rock spires.
Okay.
And the ground, because of like the density of the pillars and stuff, the ground's like walking along the ground would be considered rough terrain.
Thinking some type of ape so I can climb up there and jump across the top of them. What is the best ape?
What is the best ape? Man.
Man. Great ape.
Great ape, yeah. Great ape escape.
Do. They're big.
Yep. Okay.
Speed 40 feet, climb 40 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna climb up and try and swing and navigate the pillars.
Okay, I will say you can do with your climb. That's helping you traverse through like the upper levels of the pillars, which is great. So I will say you can make an acrobatics to like weave through well, or like athletics if you want to like say that you're pulling yourself through the pillars like really fast.
Let's do acrobatics.
Okay.
Do I
whichever stat I guess would be better for the great ape?
Do I get advantage because I can climb well, or just normal?
Yes, I will say since you have a climbing speed, I will give you advantage. Athletics,
yeah, strength would be way better actually. Let's do okay 24. Right.
24 will get you through that. Good. Okay, so what is your climb speed for the what is the great ape's climb speed?
40 feet.
Everyone watches as this big King Kong ape swings from pillar to pillar and makes its way through to the other side. All right, now... Oh, shit, actually. Hold on. I need to edit this. Actually, well, no, this is fine. This is fine. Actually, this is fine because the order is fucked up from cyborgs to Terras is not actually consistent because, I guess because, like, because Robin is, like, controlling it, so he's, like, throwing obstacles in at different times. So actually, we're fine, guys. This is the real reason, not that I forgot. That the that you go through the spire portion, and then next you'll go through the big fists rising up from the ground portion. All right, so now you go through a field with big metal fists that fly up out of the ground, big spires, and try to punch you, and you have to try to avoid them as you move through. So are you staying as a great ape?
No, I'm
to
not.
muscle through, or are you trying to dex your way through these things?
I'm gonna take it up to a new level. I'm gonna go air elemental.
Oh, hell yeah!
And I'm going to try and weave through them and just soar above them and get past these with no problem.
Okay, Go ahead. Yeah, that feels acrobatic-y, but even if you like get punched a bit by these these fists, they're probably not going to waylay you too badly, but we will see. So go ahead and give me an acrobat. Okay, 16. Not a
Only
great roll,
16. No,
but I
it's
would
not.
say that
I'm gonna use a lucky.
okay, fair enough.
That's even worse. Once
Okay.
again, how many times does my lucky make it worse? Every time, almost every time.
So
there's only been like 2 times I think it's actually helped.
You fly through, and the fists do buffet you, but you are they're bludgeoning damage, so you are resistant. So it's not so bad. But you are moving through very quickly. So I mean, the
May I
air
say
elemental
maybe my
has like
phone
90.
rings again.
Your yeah, actually I will say that. I will say that your message tone goes off again in however it is incorporated into your air elemental form. And that kind of is you're like floating through the air as like a weird wispy ghost thing, and you're making noise and you kind of like you like drift and then you get like punched by like a fist. I mean it's your elemental form, so it's not a huge deal, but you would take the like a big beast hand damage. I think you take 15 bludgeoning damage, but I think that's halved for an air elemental, so
okay,
not
so
a big deal,
not much.
but you do lose, like, technically that is two course portion failures. So basically, from everyone else's perspective, like you kind of you're kind of lagging. You're gonna have to really pick it up in these last two to challenge Cyborg's time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you will.
So in this last portion, the next thing is the guillotine drop. So is a straight away these big, heavy, like blunt guillotine shaped doors that will start dropping down. Now you are an air elemental right now, which is fast. And also, I mean, you're an elemental, so maybe you can get through it in another way. Do you want to stay as that or change to a different form?
I'm gonna stay as this, and I'm just gonna try and speed through it because it does fly at 90 feet. So I'm hoping I could just zoom.
If you're just gonna dash, then you can move. Was it 180?
Is that
I think.
Yeah, that's
yes. Which so you actually will be able to zip underneath these guillotine doors even faster than the hasted. I think fast. Well, I mean, I think that Cyborg was moving 170 or something. Yeah, because he's like 35, and then he doubled it, and then he dashed. I think he was moving 170. You'd technically be moving a little bit faster, so that does help you catch up a few seconds in that. And because even if Robin wanted to pull his, he does have a pit prepared in case someone makes it through this portion too easily, but you're flying, so it doesn't really matter.
You gave away my surprise.
Yeah, I know. I'm just no, not in character. I'm just saying. But now you approach the final portion of the course, and this is the disc barrage. So, Robin, you can make 2 attacks that represent a bunch of barrages of discs flying towards him. Are you doing anything different to get through this portion, or are you just going about it the same?
This seems to be working pretty well. I think I'm gonna keep going.
26 and a 22.
What is your ace? That's gonna be, I mean, they're like exploding discs. They're like big. So like this basically represents you're flying through the air. You're like, yeah, I'm a wispy green wind. You can't hit me. But the concussive blasts of these discs exploding all around you basically pushes you around in the air. I mean, that's a 3rd failure, so that's not great. On a for your time.
Okay. 19 and a 26.
All right. So I will say your form does take that damage. How's that form looking?
I'm hurt, but I'm still air.
Okay. So you basically with that putter into the finish line with that last battering of stuff. And I'm going to say that unfortunately, even though you did have the advantage on speed on a couple points, like at a couple periods, like as far as your form, you just got waylaid too much. You got hit by too many things.
Yeah.
In
Still
comparison
got
to
laid too
him,
much.
you got laid. Got waylaid. You come out with more like a 2-minute 20. I'll say 2-minute 20 seconds, which is
Oof.
not even quite his original thing.
I
but yes,
as a human being could do better than that.
yeah, sure.
Jeez.
All right, so everyone just kind of sees that Beast Boy, he just kind of like he got more battered through the course, and his time wasn't as good, and he
Yeah, I
came
come
out
out
with
of my
more
air
damage.
elemental, and I'm like, and I was just like panting, like, ouch. Okay.
Your phone goes off again.
Oh, I look at it.
All right, you look at your phone.
You hear Robin kind of like, as soon as you look at your phone, you hear Robin's like knuckles crack in the background.
All right, you look at your phone and you see, in the most like recent images or messages whoa, shut up. I didn't mean that. The most recent messages that you had said is like stuff where you were saying like Lady Liberty, Lady Libby, or you're like going through a weird. You were like trying to riz it up in the messages. If you remember last time, I was like, "What?" You started calling her what? But there's that, and then there's these 3 new messages. It was like, and the first one was just like, "Hey," and then the second one that had been like, "I wanted to talk to you about something," and
Oh.
the third one, this newest one says, "Would you come to my volleyball game tonight?"
Oh gosh.
Ah!
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so as you like as like a buffet, I think your hair is probably like blown or like like in your normal form, even as maybe your hair is like blown and messy as you just kind of like walk over to the group, and you're looking at your phone, you're like, or at your communicator, and you're like, oh god.
So
yeah.
So Beast Boy, what do you think you could do better next time?
Leave my phone in the tower.
Okay, that's good enough. Go to the back of the line.
Something wrong, Beast Boy?
It's just I just keep getting messages. It's not a big deal.
Okay. Looks quietly disgruntled.
Oh no. Is Beast Boy about to have a harem? This is gonna happen again.
I didn't realize that was this kind of episode.
No.
Oh my god, what is that?
Raven, quickly show your attraction.
Oh my god. Raven, shut up.
I've seen this anime before.
But Bakiana or something. I'm wondering when that came out, and if
I assure you they had harem anime at that point.
yes, I'm just watching. I wonder. I'm trying to like think about the canonicity of if Cyborg watches harem anime.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
I mean, at least Ron
Yeah. So Robin had those words for Beast Boy. I mean, and there's that little discussion. I'd say, is there anything else anyone wants to say to each other, I guess, right now?
No.
If not, okay, everyone's communicators start blinking.
Yeah, Beast Boy uses by being popular with.
All right.
I have this
Uh.
immediate moment, and I blab out loud. Beast Boy's girlfriend is calling all of us.
Girlfriends.
Calling all Titans. Calling all Titans.
Okay, why is everybody blinking?
All right,
We got
and
trouble.
then we will fade to we fade to everyone is now in the main room, and on the screen, the alert has been given. Robin looking at a picture of the identified villain. It's
What?
him.
Wait, who?
Shut up! Let Robin answer it. It's him. It's him, Robin.
Slade.
There you go. There's a picture of Slade, and then it like minimizes down to like a grid map. Outside of town, there is a mining operation, diamond mine, and Slade's forces have been seen attacking and heading into the mine. Now, Terra, you don't know
The
who this
mine.
person is, but
Whisper at the nearest Titan, probably Beast Boy. Who's that?
He's bad news. That's Slade. He's been causing us a lot of problems for a while.
I thought you were gonna say that's a Slade.
Man, I hate this
That's
guy.
a Slade-amon.
Slade-amon.
I inch up nearby, and I also say quietly but probably too loud. It is the emotionally sore subject.
Robin punches the counter.
I guess that answers the question I didn't ask.
Titans, we're going in hot and fast. Let's go.
Great. Yes, the security surveillance gave a fix on his location, so you know where you are headed. So everyone is running out for an emergency. Now, Terra, are you quick to follow, or how are you feeling about this sudden happening?
Lorder awkwardly, because I'm not
Okay.
sure if I'm supposed to go.
Right. Beast Boy, how do you treat that? Or like if anyone else wants to, they can, but I think Beast Boy most
I'm
pertinently...
gonna chime in and be like, hey Robin, wouldn't this be a good first test for Terra?
All right. Now in this case, you didn't get to test her on your controlled environment, Robin.
No,
so
that's
how do you
true.
feel
That is true.
Not
about
good.
that question?
Not good about that at all, to be honest.
Right. I mean, but you'd have to make the decision quick.
We're not.
You would know.
I'm sorry, but we're not taking an untested hero into a battle with Slade.
Did you not see how she defeated that large animal?
We're not taking someone into a battle with Slade that we don't know what's happening.
Hey,
And Robin walks out of the room.
I'm actually, and I think there's precedent for that here. I'm like,
Yes, no,
like,
there's
yeah, I'm
absolutely
like,
precedent for leadership challenge.
You don't have to listen to him. You should come with us.
Robin, we need everything we can have get against Slade.
You hear a rip of a motorcycle wheel, and I rip out the door.
Okay. All right.
Beast Boy looks kind of nervous to himself. He's like, I don't know if, like I said, she should come, but like I don't know. Slade can kind of mess with us, and I don't know if that's really the best thing for.
Yeah. So I mean, basically, it's like, are you gonna? At this point, it's like you gotta decide right now because, or Robin will get too far ahead and might like jump into things on his own.
As for me, I just turn to Terra and say, "I'm sorry, Terra," and I take off after Robin.
I'm just gonna point blank ask her. Do you wish to come? We could use all the help we can get.
Kind of a little indignant to respond. Yeah, I'll come.
I clap my hands.
Yeah, I head off. We head on our way.
When you go to your friend's house and their parents start fighting.
Yeah. So true.
I think it will be hilarious if we end up keeping Terra as a character around for longer and more episodes than originally, but at the cost of like the relationship like that everyone has with her being more varied and like strained.
Yeah.
But like not enough to drive her away, just like really weird.
Yes, I'm that awkward friend, the awkward roommate you can't get rid of.
Everyone flies off to the emergency in this mine. This is not like that's not the actual ground at the top of this quarry, but that this whole quarry is underground. It's an underquarry.
I've never heard it called a quarry.
Quarry, like a rock quarry?
Quarry?
Like quarry.
Yeah.
Quarry?
Rock
Whatever. Quarry. Whatever. Sorry, I read words instead of heard words. Who talks about
okay,
a
it's
quarry
okay.
in normal
You had a Matt
conversation?
Mercer moment.
Listen, it's not as bad as when
Single-
I was running a game and there were a bunch of I can't even say this right without even making it worse. But there was the light fixture, and I kept calling it brazier. My brother-in-law and my other players were. I braziers.
Brazier?
Braziers?
Brazier.
Braziers. Not. I almost said. Anyway.
Braziers. Ooh.
But yes, I got those confused. Anyway, so this is an underground portion of a mine. So basically, tunnels led to this point.
Yeah.
And as you guys all descend, are descending into this big area, you hear through the tunnels a bunch of laser blasts as you get closer, and you hear a guy yell in the distance, "Protect the diamonds!" And then a bunch of explosions, and a guy goes, and another person maybe you hear say, "Forget about the rocks! They're taking over the entire mine!" As you head into this area, you see these miners. Well, if you've watched Transformers,
Are they kids?
no, shut up.
No, they're minors.
Miners.
Yeah. Is this slave labor? This is not cool.
No, these are the workers. The workers are being attacked by robots, and they're having lasers shot at them as they're running away. They're trying to run up the pathways out of here, get into the lifts, and get out of this mine. And as lasers are firing at them, you see a mass, and we're going to treat this as a swarm, like a squad of enemies, because it would take 5 billion years, as we know from the first episode of Math, if we ran these as individual robot commandos. But there is a lot of like 20 plus, like force of at least like 20 or more of Slade's robots, and they're firing lasers after these miners as you guys descend into the
Man, these caves are gem packed with Slade bots.
yes, jam-packed with Slade bots. This is not the exact thing of the map in the show, but the basically all around there's ascending levels, multiple levels. They're probably even more uniform than this, and there's lots of entryways. Some are boarded up and some are open, that lead to different portions of the mine all around at different levels, and lots in this base level, to which there's lots of equipment. There's a big crane holding a bunch of beams, like metal girders. Beams like metal girders.
Oh gosh.
Not beans. Lots of beans. So like that's being held up in the sky. There's lots of other equipment. There's a bunch of crates everywhere with tools. There's a big excavator drill machine, and stuff like that. The robots are firing lasers, but are interrupted as you descend onto the scene. But there's a big mass of them, and they're all spread around This is just kind of the general amount of space that they can take up. But they are going to be running around and doing stuff all in different spaces. So basically, anywhere in this map, there can be robots jumping around and attacking you and such. So at the top of the round, we have Robin. Robin, what would you like to do?
I drop in and immediately throw an EMP pulse into the middle.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. So what's the thing about that? They had to make con save.
It is a con save. Where'd it go? Yeah, con save for them.
Okay. Now, how do we do? All right. This is interesting.
So 60 feet. Within 60 feet of it.
Yeah.
Just make sure Cyborg is outside that 60 feet. We're going to run a little bit ahead of that and make sure he's out of range.
Right.
Which is why
Fair
I don't
enough.
usually use this.
Oh my god. One hit Robin, we're going to start calling him. All right, yes. I will go ahead and roll. Okay. You throw the EMP bomb, and I'm going to say, since there's a lot of all right, so a big blast goes off and of an electrical pulse, and you and I think it will also hit like the crane as well or something. So that'll probably be disabled. And I'm gonna say I'll give you that this is gonna knock out most of these guys. So I'm gonna basically say that I'm gonna reduce their hit points by a good bit. There's only a few robots left standing after that were kind of on the fringes of the area. Since, like I said, they're kind of spread around all over this map.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's great. That takes out a big chunk of them.
Is there anything to hide behind?
Yes, there's lots of crates. There's big machinery. Yeah, you could definitely try to hide if you want to.
I'm going to do a cunning action hide. 16.
Oh, got you. All right. All right. A 16 is actually not great. But let me see. Actually, I mean, that might be good enough, but we'll see. They might start trying to look for you. But they've got other things to deal with, as it is now Starfire's turn.
Yes. There's nothing that complicated going on here. I'm going to cast Disintegrate on them.
Okay. So you fly down, and so I think those are two like pretty big like deals, like as far as like hit point value. Like a bunch of them go inert. Other ones, maybe they're shielded better, maybe they're a little bit further outside of the radius, but you land on the ground, or maybe you're up in the sky still, and you basically just angle it and you fire a Disintegrate. So go ahead and roll the Disintegrate. The attack.
Well, they have to do a dex save, I believe.
Oh, is it a dex save? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I always forget. Okay. A 21? I assume it will not. Nope. All 23. Right. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and roll the damage.
So yeah, I shoot a big, huge laser beam at them.
Okay.
Big, huge green laser beam. So that's 71 force damage. Be gone, bots of Slade.
All right. So 71, you blast through a bunch of robots. There's only a handful left at this point. Now you guys do know that these things are pretty tough individually, but there's really only a few left that you guys are gonna have to beat down. At this point, they might like start splitting off though and trying to be like they've gotten pretty wrecked.
Because the DM noticed how much damage they're taking.
Right. Yep. All right, now we have Terra. It is your turn as you descend on floating on a rock. What would you like to do? These guys are mostly like this team has come in with just like deadly precision and just like taken out most of this challenge. But what would you like to do to kind of show your stuff?
Well, clean up as much as what's left as possible. I'll summon him some minute meteors and take a few shots.
All right. What is the spell level of that? Spell.
Second.
Okay. Okay. They fail. Okay. 5 and
Yeah.
7.
Yep.
All right. All right. Yeah. So you throw some rocks and they explode with force and kind of like shrapnel starts like tearing into a couple robots. Like one of their arms gets like cut off by the shrapnel. Another one just like gets like it's basically like bullets flying through these things and just messing up a few of these guys. Was that your action or your bonus action?
That was the action.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Get on the ground and make sure I've got all the enemies in sight. And wait for everybody else to show up.
Cool. All right. You're squaring up against them. All right. Beast Boy, it is your turn.
Yeah, these Slade bots, they're not making the cut. All right, let's go. I'm going to turn into a brown bear, I guess. I'm in a cave.
Okay.
I'm going to run up and multi-attack them. How far away are they?
Oh, they're all around, so you can
Oh,
just
yeah,
start
yeah,
like swiping at robots.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Okay, dice. Let's see. Bite is +5 to hit. Ugh. That's only a 16 with my bite.
All right. That's your first attack?
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, these guys' armor class is higher than that.
Great. All right.
Yeah.
Right. Let's try again. No, that's even worse. I missed both my bite and my claw. I'm not doing well.
You run in, or you're trying to impress Terra.
Bigger.
You're slashing at them as a bear. You kind of scratch at one. They're dodging back like ninjas. They're like backstepping and then like and flipping over you and stuff and being all evasive. But you're just like slashing around as a bear and roaring. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do? I think that would probably be like your shift bonus action, and then all right, Raven, you fly in. There's a handful of robots that they're still fighting. What would you like to do?
How many are left?
I mean, this is a swarm, so I mean, as far as the abstraction of this, the forces have been they're under half strength at this point. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to grab some of them with telekinesis. How many can I grab?
Let's see.
Like, can I grab a group?
So as a so basically a swarm type creature, since they're a squad, they are immune to the restrained condition because it's kind of like you restrain one and then the other ones will kind of like it doesn't really matter if you like restrain one guy.
Well, I wasn't just gonna restrain them.
Okay, you're gonna try to throw them around.
Launch them at each other. Yeah.
Okay. I'll say yes. You can grab a guy with your telekinesis and try to throw him into the other guys. I will let you do that. So go ahead and just like roll your telekinesis skill to do that, and they'll make their resistance roll. So go ahead and roll your wisdom stat.
Is it wisdom? Yeah.
Yeah. They do not resist. So you grab one of these things with your telekinesis, and you just launch it at a group of like a couple other ones. And he's basically just gonna like explode and damage these other two, like as their like limbs get like blown apart and stuff. So I mean the age old what do I let you roll damage wise?
3d12.
I'll just let you do. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Well, hold on, let me look at what the catapult spell is, because that's a cool one to replicate for this.
3d8.
Is it 3d8? Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, if you want, I'll let you do 3d8 damage. Don't worry about
Any-
resistances or whatever.
Any plus to that?
You know what? I think I have in the past said, because of how powerful your stuff is, you can add your bonus. Yes.
Is that
Yeah, you can do that.
plus
You're
10?
superheroes. Yeah, so you're plus 10. Okay.
Wow.
16. All right. I'm going to say that does it. Now it is their turn before Cyborg gets to go. So they are messed up. They look around. They seem like they're about to still fight, but then they kind of stop. And you're all kind of like standing there, in like, oh, like kind of like faced off against them, ready to fight more for a beat. And then they all kind of split off in different directions as like individual units. There's one left behind that starts to one-legged hop away. The other two still have both of their legs. So there's like 3 left, but one is like can't really run away effectively. The other two dash away into some tunnels. And you're not sure what they are up to, but they are going to try to run away, and because of their cunning action, they're going to take the disengage action, so that you don't get opportunity attacks against them. Now this one is like, one of them is hobbled though, so you can take that one out here still, but the other two are fleeing into the tunnels, which could be a problem. But Cyborg, it is your turn.
They're getting away. They're getting away. Are there? Can I still get any of them? Or
so there's one that is not quite able to like get to its tunnel very quickly because it's like missing a leg. It's like hop. Like crawling away. So you can attack that one to try to take him out.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot that sucker. I'm gonna shoot that sucker good.
Okay. You do know from your past experiences fighting these, and because of your technical abilities, that they are vulnerable to electrical, electrical interference, so lightning damage, essentially.
Oh yeah. Luckily, I'm equipped with infiltrator gear today, so let's make myself 2 attacks. Done.
Okay.
Done.
Lightning launcher.
Yes.
Sweet.
First attack is a 29. Second attack is a 16.
Okay, the 29 will hit it.
Sweet. Just the one, you turd. All right.
It's a 16. Dude.
All right, fine. That's 14 points of damage.
All right, that will be doubled in this case. All right, yeah, this thing is like barely hanging on. I think another attack will take this one down as it just like goes.
I look towards Robin to see if he's about to charge forward.
Okay, well, it is his turn. So Robin, what would you like to do?
So basically, if Robin moves, I'm planning to move. So I guess if I can just hold my move action behind him.
Yeah, you can hold your move to like run alongside him.
Okay.
Wherever he goes next. Yeah.
How? So the 2 other ones ran down 2 different.
Yes, 2 different tunnels. This is weirdly reminiscent of. I'm gonna say they're on opposite ends of the mine.
Rude.
Yes. Yes.
How far did he move? Do I get any idea? Can I see? So I can't see either of them down the tunnel.
They ran into the dark tunnels. There's not great lighting in the tunnels. I mean, it's really dark down here as well. But yeah, you know the tunnels they ran into. You can't really, but you don't see them anymore. There is this one that's like almost dead.
I'm going to run to one of the tunnels.
Okay.
And it's dark.
It's pretty dark. I'm gonna say dim light.
Dim light, so I can't see him at all.
No, not well. I mean, you kind of will be able to maybe see him like retreating into the darkness, but no, you can't effectively like hit him at this point. I mean, they have, for comparison, they have, you hear his heavy clanking footfalls running down the tunnel still, but they move pretty quick. Well, yeah, they have a 40-foot move speed, so he
How close behind me is Cyborg?
Cyborg is like following behind you, so he'd be able to like follow you with whatever his speed is.
Okay, so as I get up, if I can just barely see him, I'm going to just throw another EMP disc down the hall.
Okay. Well, you also don't know about the turns. Like, they're not just straight shots, right? Like, he would run in a little ways, and then there'd probably be turns in the tunnel you can take. We know these tunnels have lots of turns. So I think that these things, being ninjas, are like, you hear it running down, you can pursue it, but it's not yet a straight shot to throw an EMP blast.
Fine. I'm going to bonus action Step of the Wind. Do you know what? I can bonus action dash just fine.
Yeah.
With cunning action.
Yeah.
So I'm going to dash down after him.
Okay.
Try and catch up with him.
All right. And Cyborg will be following with your movement speed, which I think
that's 45.
Yeah. Or yours is 45. Yours is 35 at this point, or is it?
Yes, it's 35. So
all right. So you'll be lagging about 10 feet behind, and then also he can dash, so even further than that. But you are running after Robin. Like, wait, Robin, hold on. But yes, down into the tunnels. Okay, so go ahead. Give me a perception check, since it's dark. Ooh, that's not great. So you're running into the tunnels. You hear the footsteps, but you're just like, your heart's also beating in your ears. So you don't you basically you don't get a straightaway like shot while chasing these things. Maybe you take a wrong turn and then you see it, you hear it like dash down another tunnel and you're pursuing it. All right, and
then I'll use my action.
Okay.
To dash after him.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that's what I think that's what I asked, is the perception check to try to follow. But
okay, that works.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, Starfire. It is your turn. Robin and Cyborg ran into one set of tunnels to follow one, and another one ran into another set. There's also one that's like trying to crawl into a tunnel, but it's very hurt.
I think I'm going to chase after the most mobile one because I'm the most mobile Titan. Okay. So I'm going to go into the other tunnel that Cyborg and Robin didn't.
Okay.
Starfire,
the
most
tunnel.
Mobile Titan.
The most mobile Titan.
I'm so full of myself tonight for something. Starfire, the player is like, yeah, I'm all up in the shit.
All right, so you fly into the tunnel after this thing. All right. What? Okay, I mean, do you have dark vision or do you need light? I mean, you can make light, but
light comes wherever I go. I'm going to assume I have dark vision.
Okay. Well, I mean, let me see.
I have dark vision.
You do have dark vision. All right, it's fine. You have like fucking flashlight eyes. It's fine. All right. All right. Yeah. So you fly through. You are faster than this thing, and so you do fly up. You can hit it at melee, or you can shoot him with lasers, or whatever you want. Basically, you fly into the tunnel about like 40 feet down, and he's like, he's about to turn around a corner, but
yeah, I'm gonna drop kick him.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make an attack.
That's a 30 to hit.
That will hit.
That's 13 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. All right. All right. Yes.
Is he still up?
Yeah, you kick him in the back and he like flies onto his face, like, and then just kind of like and hops back up. But he's not looking great.
Okay, I'm gonna do it again then.
Okay.
I'm just gonna headbutt him with my head.
Okay.
In the head.
All right.
That's a 22 to hit.
All right. An 18 damage.
Yep, 18 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Yeah. You've definitely damaged him, and he's standing there in the tunnel now. He gets up. He ninja flips around and is like facing you. Like you've punched him, and you're in his space. So if he runs again, you're gonna just get to hit him again. So yes. All right.
And I can only do 2 attacks right now, right? Yeah.
Yes. I mean, when would you get to? Yeah.
I just feel like
we'll talk about that if you want to go into
He's
something.
used to being hasted.
Yes, yeah. You didn't haste yourself.
No, I didn't haste myself. I was like, something's missing. I feel like I should be able to hit him again. Yeah, no, that's it. I stay in engagement, so I'll be able to rip him apart with moves.
All right. Terra. Yes. Robin and Cyborg ran into one tunnel, and then Starfire ran into another tunnel to follow the other one. What would you like to do? And there's also that one on the ground. It's not doing well.
Yes, the one on the ground that everybody's ignoring.
Yeah. All right. You gonna attack that one?
I'll fire off a couple of meteors at it since I've got them saved up.
Okay. Sweet. All right. So yeah, I mean it has to make a dex save. So let me roll that.
Which is going to be an accomplishment with one leg.
I know. It did very bad. Oh, so you fire two meteors?
Yeah. That'll leave me with 2 more floating around my head still.
Okay, yes, no. It fails both those dex saves, so it's going to take that damage. And I'll say, with how much it's been hurt already, that you can just, like, you just blow its head off or whatever you'd like. However you'd like to finish it off.
Yeah, blow its head off. It's missing a leg.
Great. So yeah, you basically just freaking shotgun blast this thing through the chest and head with these rocks, just ripping through it. All right. Is that your action or your bonus action?
That was a bonus.
Okay.
So, quick look down either side. Can I still see either of the teams that have run off into the tunnels?
I'd say you could see the tail end of Cyborg going down the one tunnel. And you can maybe see, I mean, not so much see, but like, hear the clanging and fighting down the other tunnel. Not too deep down the tunnel, but about like 40 feet.
Go after the person who moves really, really fast, or go after the people who I'm kind of annoyed at. Let's go after Robin. So double move down the tunnel after Robin.
Okay, nice. Yeah. So I'm guessing on foot.
Yep.
You don't have like a. All right. So you run down. What's your speed? 30 feet.
30 feet. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but you run. You catch up. I think you would run. You'd run past Cyborg in a tunnel. All right.
Come on.
So yeah, you run through Cyborg. This small Terra runs past you in the tunnel. You're like, oh god, I feel old. Oh, okay. I guess he has no thoughts about that. Or he's getting a beer.
What?
All right, Beast Boy, it is your turn.
Who went where?
All right, 3 people, including Terra, went down one tunnel after one, and Starfire went by herself after the other one.
Get him, Starfire!
Okay.
Everyone's like, Starfire doesn't need any help.
I guess I feel like everyone should have backup.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I should try and follow along with Starfire. Just in case anything goes wrong. I don't want anyone else getting captured.
Okay.
We don't know where Slade is. He could pop out anywhere.
All right. very forward thinking for Beast Boy.
Almost like, why isn't anyone else thinking about that?
Yeah. I mean, there's Slade bots.
Mhm.
Clearly, he's watching or something. I don't know.
Or something.
Or something. I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know. Are we stupid enough to think that he's just stealing diamonds? I don't know. He's a multifaceted guy.
If I didn't put a thought to it, Starfire didn't put a thought to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and the only way I can try and catch up with her, I'm gonna shift into an air elemental and try and zip after her.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna zip after Star.
Yeah.
Okay. So you with the air elemental speed, you catch up, and she's there facing off against a robot. What would you like to do?
Okay. I would like to. I'm an air elemental.
Mhm.
I'm going to. I'm just gonna slam it twice. I'm gonna try. That's a 20 to hit.
That will hit.
Cool. I'm gonna roll the second one.
All right.
That's an 11, so only one
That
of them
won't
would hit. That's 9 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. So your magical wind does do its full damage because of your subclass. That's good.
Nice.
All right. So you rip into it with these like razor sharp winds, and it cuts into the metal. All right, and you hurt it a little bit.
Finally, what? Now when Terra's not here, I actually hit something.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. All right.
Performance issues.
Hey.
It's a problem for some people.
Okay. So, Raven, it is your turn. You're the only one left in that main room. Half of your team has gone after one, and then the other portion has gone after the Starfire and Beast Boy have gone after the other. So which group do you want to follow to a tunnel, or what else would you like to do, perhaps?
Is it Robin and Terra, or is Cyber with them also?
Cyborg is with them also.
Okay. I'll go with the other two.
Okay. So you go into the room. You can fly 60 feet. So you can fly in there, and you do see them in the tunnel. You do have dark vision, so you can see fine. They are fighting the Slade bot.
A single Slade bot who we're kicking the ever-loving shit out of.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yes.
Can I telekinesis a rock or something and throw it at his head?
Yes, you can do so.
Drop it on his head, actually.
All right, so there aren't loose rocks in this straightaway tunnel. You could, you could take a rock from the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I could just break the rocks from the ceiling above him and.
Okay. So you want
down.
to try to collapse the ceiling onto him with telekinesis.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll your that's just a move. I see since they're like compact, it's compact earth. I'm just going to say go ahead and roll your wisdom to see if you can do that like fast enough and strong enough to pull them down onto him and crush him. Okay. 23. Yeah. All right. You pull some rocks down onto his head. I'm just gonna have him. I'm gonna have that do damage, and I'm just gonna have it start pulling rocks down onto him. All right. I mean, he's pretty dexterous, so he's like kind of dodging, but these rocks do fall down. One like cleaves off an arm. As far as what the damage is, I'll just give. I mean, since it's just rocks falling like right above him, I'm just gonna say your wisdom bonus, 10 damage. You can take that. He's almost dead at that point if he takes that damage. If he had failed his dex, you just would have crushed him and killed him. Now it is the robot's turns. What one is going to do is very simple, so I will save that for last. And then what the other one is going to do is gonna be more dependent on what he's able to get away with. So you guys are chasing him through the tunnels, with the one most hot on his heels being Robin. Robin, however, Robin, do you have anything you think to assist you? I mean, it's not too unreasonable to think, but you're a human. You don't have dark vision or anything. It's very dark in these tunnels. It's getting darker the further you get. Only certain portions are lit. So he's basically at this point, it's going to start trying to hide from you. So it's going to roll its stealth. Do you have anything? You have a case for like you having something that would help you see better?
Would it make sense for me to have a flashlight?
Yeah, that's essentially
I
what
was
I
like,
was saying.
okay, good.
Yeah. I think you've got a flashlight.
You
so
went into a cave.
yeah,
Have a utility belt. I
yeah,
don't
you have
think
a
I
utility.
would not have a flashlight.
Yes, you have a little like pop out like little flashlight, and you're shining around and looking. So that won't give you you won't have disadvantage on this perception check. But I am going to roll his stealth because it's going to try to start hiding from you to try to lead you around different paths. All right. Yeah, go ahead and roll perception.
It wouldn't be a passive perception.
No, because you're actively trying to do
that
it.
works. That works.
That is
23.
All right. Please, come on. Oh. It rolled a 25. Rolled a 17 plus its bonus. So you are running through the tunnels. And basically you're hitting crossways, and with its stealth, it's going to basically, it's not trying to fully hide from you. It's just sort of like you basically you lose immediate track of it, and then you see like a wisp in a certain direction, and so you're going to run, or well, you don't have to run, but you believe that it is down a certain set of pathways is what I will say. So what would you like to do?
I'd like to follow it down that pathway.
Okay, so you start running down, you take a certain turn and you start running down that way. All right, now going the other one. Yeah, I think that's the pertinent thing for what its turn is. It's stealth. Like you're pursuing it, and it is. You believe it's going a certain way. I mean, I guess that would technically. No. We'll get back to your turn with that. But so bottom of the round. Well, no. Sorry, I have to go to the other one since they're on the same initiative line. The other one, it sees you. It basically has one arm. It's like ripped to shreds in the torso area, and like part of its face is like cleaved off. And it sees you guys there in the hallway. I assume that you. I mean the. So what is it? It is going to do is it looks at you guys for a moment, and you see like with the shredded like exposed bit of its face, you see some like lights from behind its mask like start um like blinking different colors, and it kind of like becomes rigid, like it's getting direction, like, and it seems like it's suddenly changing its goal, perhaps like it is receiving some sort of directions. And what it is going to do is it will throw its once a day ability, its bomb, and it throws its bomb. It lobs its bomb up over your heads and past you in the tunnel, and the bomb, it will explode. It's not aiming at you guys. It explodes the tunnel above and behind you guys. So you guys will have to like rush forward a little bit. Well, no, actually, this is what it does because it doesn't care if it dies. I mean, it's essentially going to try to like somersault over you guys because these things can jump really high, and then throw the bomb at the ceiling, exploding it and collapsing it, so that you guys, the tunnel is blocked off towards the main entrance. So you guys are now stuck inside the tunnel.
That can't be good.
Yeah, and that is Starfire, Raven, and
Wish we
Beast
had
Boy.
somebody who's
Oh,
really
this is
good
our
with
tunnel,
rocks
okay.
with us.
Yeah, your tunnel. Yeah. Now Cyborg at the bottom of your turn, Terra ran past you. So although you didn't have all your movement at your availability, you were just following Robin last
Right.
round. So what would you like to do?
First of all, I yell at Terra. Terra, I think they just cut off our escape. Will you
Oh,
be able to get us
No,
out of here?
no.
No,
Sorry.
that's
That
the
was
other one.
that was the other tunnel. The
Oh,
one with-
sorry.
yeah,
Never mind.
yeah. You're okay.
I'm still following behind Robin.
Yes, although you've lost sight of him because he was so much faster than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you're gonna at this point in the tunnel, you're gonna have to start trying to make perception checks or do something else to
Right.
try to successfully follow your
Well,
teammates.
I click my heels together and activate Longstrider,
Okay.
and I keep I dash forward and I try and find Robin now that I'm moving faster,
Okay.
making perception checks or whatever I need.
All right. What's your speed now?
With Longstrider boosts it by 10, right?
I think so. So yeah, I think it boosts. Yeah, I think it's in the past. It puts you at 45.
Yeah, 10 feet. So I'm at 45
All right.
for an hour.
Now to look for him. How are you trying to look for him? Just perception checks, or do you have any other thoughts?
Honestly, I mean, I could highlight if I could see him, I could highlight him and keep him in my visibility, but
Mhm.
I don't think I have any other tricks.
Yeah.
Unless I put something smelly on him. Nah, that wouldn't do good enough. Yep, I think I just make perception checks.
Okay. All right. Now, Warforged, weirdly, I don't think have dark vision. You have dark vision. You have it as a spell. I think you can use, and Cyborg does like activate it at different points in the show. But I think that you have to activate it.
Oh well, I here's what I have is
Well,
I have
but
my
you also have built-in flashlights. We know that in the past, actually.
Well,
So you do have
yeah,
flashlights. So if you want to use
functionally-
lights, you could just
to
make the check
explain
for you.
if I need to explain it, I have radiant weapon.
Yeah.
And so I can really just pop up the light on my radiant weapon to see.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely picturing the light coming straight from my arm cannon, though.
Okay, yeah, like a basically tactical team. You're going in gun first with the flashlight. I like it. You also just can't canonically have like shoulder-mounted flashlights that can pop out. I'm pretty
Because
sure.
obvious.
Yeah, but like yes, you're moving forward with the flashlight, so you don't. Yeah, you'll make the check normally to try to follow. So what are you trying to follow? I mean, or are you delineating a difference between trying to pursue Robin or trying to pursue this thing?
I mean, I'd like to find either of them. I'm real at this point. I'm just trying to find movement or some symbols, anything that is a lot moving.
Yeah.
Or existing.
Right.
Spot
Go
check
ahead.
to see if I can find something.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll perception.
Okay. I got a 9.
Incredible.
And I just keep looking around, and I just like flick on my communicator, and I'm like, Robin, where did you go?
Well, so in the mine tunnels, I am gonna say. I mean, look, this is like deep underground.
Oh no!
There is interference on radio. Like,
so I just get static back.
So yeah, you're just getting static at that point.
And I groan.
You're right. Now, all right. So, with that low of a roll, okay. So you are running around and you're looking for him, and you run. He took a turn, and you just keep running straight down a tunnel.
Right.
And yes, and you ran fast. I mean, past Terra. So Terra was moving. I guess she was dashing. So you would have sprinted past her by probably about, 10 or 15 feet, I want to say, I guess.
But we can, I'm sure we can see each other.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
Or at least we can hear each other. I mean, we probably are aware.
No, yeah, we'll get to that in a moment about,
okay, I got
how Terra is able to fare as far as following you in the tunnels. All right, now actually Robin's turn. You are Robin. You are Robin. Robin,
Yes, I am.
you are playing D&D, and you are Robin. All right, you are chasing after this this robot, but it kind of like gave you like an inkling of a direction it was going, and you followed, or you like turned in that way. Go ahead and give me another perception check to see if you successfully like hunt it down this route.
16. That's not good at all.
Okay, yes. So unfortunately, just kind of the same thing. You can imagine this scene in the show or something. Like you see it go a different direction. You kind of run down that hall. You look around, and then you look again, and you see kind of another, like bit of movement, and you think it's going a certain way. So you follow. You move that direction now. It's now made you make a couple turns. Unless you want, you can feel free to do something else and try to reevaluate. But if you're trying to pursue it, that's kind of what it's doing to you at this point.
I don't really have anything that's great for this. I'm going to still follow, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you can try to reevaluate if you keep failing, I'm sure, but yeah, I think at least for those couple times, it's kind of led you it's led you deeper in, because I'm assuming also that you're running it at least as fast as you're able to, while still looking around for it using your action.
Yeah. I'm starting to become a little bit more cautious.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, Starfire, you're stuck in like this tunnel has collapsed.
Is the robot like dead?
It's like crushed by the rocks that it blew up over its head.
Okay.
It like jumped over you guys and then blew itself and the tunnel up.
There's nothing fun or creative I can really do, but I'm going to smash open the tunnel the way we came in.
All right. Now
give us an escape route.
Yeah, to try to. All right, so you're basically just going to start trying to punch through the rocks.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you start punching the rocks. I think that, like, yeah. How are you? So you're like full force punching then?
Yeah, I can pick up cars and shit. Like.
Yeah, I know. I'm just asking about your method, because I think if you punch, then the tunnel's going to start shaking and getting more unstable as you punch, and your companions are going to realize, like, oh fuck.
Well, I think what I'm going to do, okay, so I think that what this looks like is I'm going to try to do a full, like, charged, like, Superman double fist fly through the back of the tunnel to try and just, like, smash an exit.
Like, fast? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to want to probably get distance down the tunnel then first. All right, so you fly off into the distance. How do the other two of you feel about that? Raven and Beast Boy. She flies down the tunnel and then you hear her turn around and start like she's just gonna slam full speed into it. How do you
Making a run up.
She's trying to break through.
Yeah,
she's basically trying to break through fast enough so that she can get out into the wider area before, like, it collapses.
I'm gonna be like, wait, I can turn into an earth elemental. I might be able to like move the rocks better.
Raven just steps out of the way. She like sidesteps.
Okay.
Into the shadows.
Okay, fine.
I think I'm gonna try. I think I like that idea, but also I think I'm already I've
Nah,
already got
keep-
the momentum, and I'm gonna try it anyway.
Keep going. Live your bliss.
I love that you just
I'll be
play it like
fine.
fuck it,
Raven
we
will be
bowl.
fine. Even if the place collapsed, I could
Alright.
just shift out as an earth elemental.
Go ahead and roll, like, as part of this, basically. I mean, yeah, you're gonna roll your roll your like your attack like you'd be attacking bonus.
Yeah, my unarmed attack.
Yeah.
That's a 28 to hit with 18 damage.
My question is just like, if it were overwhelmingly successful, that would be both a better and worse thing. I think that, like, I mean, for you, a 28 is not the, like, you know, plus 15. So
You can't scale it like that, though. It should be like what the
Why?
Rock's AC is, you know?
Well, the rock, you want me to come up with the rock's AC?
Well, no, it's just
No.
if-
You do break through. That's what I'm saying. What I'm
Okay.
saying is about how fast you break through,
Uh-huh.
and therefore, like, how much time your friends have to, like, run after you, or like how much it destabilizes the tunnel to collapse more behind this. Like, I think you break through, absolutely. I'm just trying to determine, like, because I'm throwing everything off with these big numbers I gave you, right? So, I think that, no, I mean, yeah, that's fine. I think that it's just definitely true that after you break through, the tunnel is going to start collapsing on a wider scale. So you guys on these subsequent turns are going to have to do something like within a turn, I will say, to get out of the tunnel. Though I'm not especially worried specifically about Raven and Beast Boy, because they both have great ways to get out of
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
How much of my movement have I used?
I think that would have given you. I mean, you use stuff to. I think because you specified, or well, because we agreed that, like, you needed distance and then to charge like this fast enough, and also because I think moving through the rocks would have been kind of difficult terrain. Look, if anything's difficult terrain, then flying through literal earth is. I think this will use up your movement to, like, blast through the other side.
120 feet?
Yes, dude. I mean, look, it's 40-foot solid of collapsed mountain
Okay.
tunnel. Yeah. And you
I
had
just
to
didn't
have
think I had that much. I didn't think I even had that much wiggle space.
Right. Well, no, but you flew like down. I mean, I would think you'd fly down the tunnel and then back to blast through it.
Okay.
All right. So you blast through and you're like, whoosh. You're like, geez. And you turn and you look behind and you're like, okay, the tunnel is not stable. It's collapsing.
I say, run! Run!
All right. I think so. Terra, you feel from. I mean, definitely you feel from further back in the whole quarry is like you hear like a rumble and kind of like a shaking. Like things have started to get kind of unstable down here. You're very familiar with that sensation. It kind of like you kind of get your heart jump into your throat a little bit.
Uh-oh.
But
I didn't do it.
But yes, so Cyborg is running into the tunnel. You see kind of glinting light, from his flashlight and, reflecting off of his metal body. And so are you just trying to pursue him further into the tunnel?
Grumbled to myself, why is everybody on this team so dang fast?
All right. So you are running after. Now, you notice, however, as you're running past him, he runs past a hall, and you run past. There's a lit hallway. Every once in a while, there are hallways where the lighting system actually works. But Cyborg thinks that Robin went down a different one, so he's heading towards a different corridor. And you run past, and as you run past, like you're running, and you turn, you glance with your eye, and you see a figure, and you catch this half mask with an eye as this figure runs down this hallway in a different direction to where Cyborg is running ahead of you, like kind of an opposite direction, leading down the tunnel. And you think you recognize it from that image from the briefing before.
Oh no.
What would you like to do?
Make a quick shout down the tunnel where Cyborg is. Cyborg, I think Slade went this direction.
Okay, fair.
And then run off that way.
Okay, Cyborg. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, but you are running off on your turn. Cyborg will have to respond to that on his. All right. So you run off. You see that. So you are running after him. So I think that this happen this turn as you turn. I mean, are you waiting for him, or are you running just ahead after Slade?
Can I see Cyborg from where I am?
Kind of barely, yeah. I mean, he's getting on the edge of, like, he's getting to a corridor that he would probably turn down to try to find the robot. But I mean, yeah, when you yell, he's gonna slow down, but he'll have to do all that on his turn.
Well, if he sees where I'm going and which direction I'm going, then I'll just head down the tunnel.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Cyborg to make a perception check to see if he succeeds at doing that.
How far away can she be? All right, I'll try it.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, in tunnels like these, I think that the difference of 10, 15 feet is actually pretty important.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely getting intensely annoyed at not knowing where I am at this point, so he is using a little boost of inspiration there.
Okay. Flash of Genius. Oh.
Yep. Still rolled a 1 for a total of 10.
You rolled a 1, so you kind of hear her yell. You hear, Cyborg, Slade, and you go, huh? And you're just too slow to turn around. By the time you turn around, you don't know. You turn around, you look down the corridor with your flashlight, and Terra will not be there anymore. Terra will have pursued down that direction already.
Yeah.
So
pretty sure
Terra,
the sound just echoed.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Wrong
way.
So Terra, you're running after this figure. As you run after him, with your movement, so you're running after him, and it seems like as you run through the tunnels, he's always like turning down a different corridor. But you are chasing him. He seems to be within your ability to chase him down this turn. And eventually you have him on a straightaway, and you see him in the distance. You think that you could successfully, you think that you could pull the rocks down in front of him to kind of block off his path, since there's no other paths immediately for him to turn down. You could get him trapped down here. Would you like to do that?
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right, so you use your telekinesis then.
Yep.
All right. So you use telekinesis and
or Wall of Stone. That'll work too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, whichever one. I mean, it just which spell level is either one?
5. They're the same.
They're both 5. So it doesn't really matter. So,
nope.
At least in terms of the mechanic we have going for Terra and the control of her powers. You're running after him, and suddenly you pull down the cave in front of him, blocking off his exit. He breaks to a halt and stops and turns around and looks at you. This man, taller than you, a full-grown man in this imposing black and metal armor. And that was your action to do that. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Gotcha. Fire off a couple of minute meteors at him.
Okay, so you're firing 2 minute meteors?
Yep.
All right, yes, he will absolutely roll his dex If no one has told you already, I really love controlling Slade. So he will succeed that first one, and with evasion, he'll take no damage.
Alright.
And then he will just succeed the second one. He rolls a 22 for the second one. That's the lowest he could roll with yeah, he rolls a 12. All right, so he succeeds on those dexterity saving throws, and you fire these minute meteors, and he just like he sidesteps one, and then he just like bats the other one out of the air, and he looks at you after you said that you've got him, and he said, and he well, no, actually, no. First, he goes, he jumps over you with his special jumps, his big monk jumps, and his bonus to strength. He jumps over you, flips over your head, and he's going to make an attack. A 28 hits, I assume.
Yep.
Yeah, well, so he's going to do a grapple. He does a leg sweep, but it's basically a shove to knock you prone. He sweeps the leg and knocks you to the ground.
Oh no.
And he says, actually, Terra. And he pulls out like a very round bomb with an S on it, and throws it up above and like behind his head, and it explodes the ceiling, which collapses behind him. I've got you, and it explodes, and the cave collapses behind him. As everything goes to darkness. But then lights start to come on. The mine lights start to turn on in this section of the tunnel. Takes out a bow staff. He takes out a bow staff that extends to full length as he starts walking towards you. And that is where we are going to end this episode of Teen Titans Roll.
Yeah.
All right. Is it soup? Are
It
you
is
soup
not.
core again?
No, it's chicken, spinach, and noodles.
Why
No.
do
Mr.
you?
Healthy here.
In separate,
Yeah, he's all
separate things put
healthy.
together.
He all
Noodles
eats
are
real
healthy.
food. I went and got.
Those are full carbs.
Listen, it's real
I
food
should know, it's
because
my
my
favorite
mom
food.
made it.
Ah,
If
You know
I
what I'm
made it,
realizing? It's
I'd be
not that
eating
you guys are
pasta or
quiet.
something.
It's that Joey's
Seems legit.
extremely loud.
Always.
Everyone's
I am
quiet
always
except for
loud.
Joey
So
for me.
now I'm gonna turn
Yeah.
my volume up.
He is God.
Listen to my voice.
And if you can hear an echo from my mic because you're so loud, it's not my fault.
From your mic.
I'm looking at the sound
Waves.
waves on the stream.
Joey's
and
completes
Joey's
the
takes up
entire
the whole
line.
bar, and everyone else is like really tiny.
It is
Ripples,
Joey.
yeah.
Little
100%.
tiny ripples.
Sorry, I have a good microphone. I
Little
can turn my
ripples.
gain
You
down.
sound
a
like
little
Johnny did
What a
when you
jerk.
guys were complaining that one day.
bit. Hold on. How's
Yeah, he's
that?
got a
It
good
is so
microphone,
loud. I
crappy
didn't even
internet.
notice Krista pointing out those like lines on Zencaster. It's
Yeah.
true.
Mm. Yeah, no, mine are big line energy.
Yes.
Overcompensating for something.
Hey.
Just the whole lane.
I do have a big line.
My favorite conspiracy theory is that Joey rigged the speakers so that he's louder than everybody else.
That would be impressive. That's one of those
It
ones.
would be fine
That's
if
one
he's
of those
louder.
conspiracy theories that are harder to believe because then you have to attribute sophistication to a group or individual that like typically no one believes actually has that.
Because he struggles with streaming anime.
It's like the government. It's like, oh, the government is like, manipulating all this stuff, like, or like hiding aliens. It's like, do you really believe the government could hide that?
Yes.
No,
can't-
they're
They can hide a lot of
incompetent.
stuff.
They can't even hide their incompetence.
So, are we doing that question? Are we doing conspiracy theories?
All right. I mean, I guess I don't know. I mean, it just feels like I don't feel like I have a lot of ammo in the chamber, weirdly enough, and
Yeah,
not
not
because
me
I haven't
either.
heard a lot, but because I just am not. My headspace is not correct. Remember?
Oh, I've got a better
I
idea.
feel like I'm not very well versed in
Mhm.
conspiracy theories. I feel like
Right,
there's a
that's-
good one
You
that
guys
would
don't
be my
watch-
answer, but I
fine.
You
don't
guys
know
don't
what
watch
it is.
hour-long documentaries about crazy people on TikTok saying that like clocks are wild because they tell the time a certain way, and
or like that social media post about people like putting the paper against the mirror and thinking there was like a mirror dimension because it like didn't like it wasn't flat or something.
oh, I know
like,
which one you're talking.
Oh,
Yeah.
because you could
Yeah,
see
they like
behind
touch
the
the mirror with their finger.
Wait,
and
They're
what?
like, oh,
didn't understand
You're
how
like, how can
mirrors
it
work.
see behind the paper?
That can't be
Why
right.
is
Literally
there a
just
gap?
Like bouncing off.
There's a gap. Wow.
Listen,
What-
all
what
I'm
were you
saying
gonna
is
say?
that
Oh, I was just
dress-
gonna say I have a better idea. Why don't we fumble around and try and think of a question? for 30 minutes?
Oh my
No.
goodness. That does not help us.
That's a good way.
What was that, Robin?
That sounds like what
Fine.
we normally do.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
yeah.
Same old, same old.
Huh. Oh God. You're not understanding my pain yet about the question thing.
What part of AI scares you the most?
Everything.
Oh God, that's a sad question.
That's terrible. I don't want
I'm
to
so
talk about
sorry.
it.
This is my headspace right now. I don't know what you
Oh,
want
I'm sorry. Like I'm sorry to hear that.
from me. I don't know what to tell you. I'm in a
Hmm.
very
I don't know, I'm just
distracted-
Is that
excited now we
meme of
can-
the guy pointing at the lines on the wall, just like freaking out. All the connecting
Hmm.
lines. String.
What's a conspiracy in a show that
in a
made
show.
no sense? That made no sense.
In a
Like, you
show, you already
That-
lost. me.
There's so many steps to that question.
I know. There's too many steps to that question. There's
I
actually more
thought
things
of
for
an
me to
answer
remember.
just now for the conspiracy question.
Okay. Do we want to do the conspiracy question? I just want to ask everyone first, and then I can start the episode. We're gonna do our favorite conspiracy.
Oh, I've got one.
Rachel, you got a better question?
theory. Save us.
Make Terra answer.
Sure. I guess I have a better
Are we all
question.
giving our conspiracy theories?
I mean,
Wait,
it's a
hold on.
pretty
I
good
want to hear
question,
if we
but
have a
I want
better
to know if
question.
she has a better question.
Oh, okay.
Your favorite one-off character in any show?
Oh, that's such a better question.
That's
That's
too
a
Oh my god, we're
hard.
doing that. We're doing that.
Define
All
a
right,
one-off
hold
on,
character.
hold on. Let's
don't
let's
know.
They appear once.
yes, they appear like once. All right, so I'm gonna
Want me to
just
think
start
of
the
every
episode.
show I've
Let me
ever
think.
watched and figure out
No,
what
every
random
show.
character that wasn't a protagonist I like.
Oh my god.
Improv, guys. Pull something out of your
Pick
ass.
me.
Nobody's
Not
putting it to a
answering
lie
it.
Let me
detector.
think. Let me think. Let me think.
I'm not answering that. That's such a stupid
No.
question.
You can't. No.
It's not stupid, but it's like I don't know.
I mean,
well, that's the
you're
great thing about
thinking
it.
too
You just
broad.
pick a random character.
No.
I mean, okay,
not
we could
doing
we
that.
could we could limit it
I
to
can think of one
cartoons.
show and I'm having trouble coming up with who's not the protagonist. That's the whole
Black
point.
Mirror
of
from
the-
Black Mirror.
every Black Mirror episode is not a protagonist. It's a one-off character.
Yeah.
I have
I
to
mean,
I'm
think
not
about
answering
this.
that.
I got to think about it too. I think the
What?
problem that we're running into is that nobody wants to think about anything.
Exactly. That's why conspiracy theories are fun because they're just so dumb and.
But
like,
I
brain
can't
dead.
think of one.
But
Can't
that's
remember.
What was our
Brain
favorite
dead.
one-off character from?
There's only
Let
like.
me.
Like
Ugh.
it only shows up like once or like a few times.
yeah,
I have like two of them.
One-off character. Doesn't that mean they only showed up once?
yeah.
Yep.
It's basically Dr. Light from
I need a
the
list.
future.
You need to put a list in front of you of every one-off character that's ever existed. Good luck.
That's a lot of characters.
Exactly.
One-off
And
characters.
I can't even think of one, except for the
from
So what I'm
Blackbird
getting is that this is a
example.
great question that apparently none of us are equipped to answer.
No, I need to do like 12 days of research to figure that out.
This is the
I don't
worst
know what shows
question
I've
ever.
watched.
Days?
No, but think about it. Think about it. So, One Piece, the guy that was stuck in the barrel.
Yeah,
With the
Wait,
head.
Luffy?
No,
Not
no.
one-off.
The guy that's he was stuck on an island with a bunch of animals. He had a gray afro. He was stuck in a barrel because he fell into the barrel.
wasn't his name Gay Man or something?
I forget. It was something like that. It was something like silly like that. But one-off character was just like, what was the point of this whole episode?
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
because I have an answer.
My answer is
Ugh.
that one character from that one show that I definitely watched at some time in my life.
Yeah, this is hard,
What
man.
if? Oh man.
I don't even want to think about it because then I got to go through like every single show and go, okay, what was even a one-off character in this
I
show?
think
like
I have
this
an
show a
answer
lot.
for you.
No, do
even
I
though
like
she
that
pla-
character?
She showed
What
up
if-
multiple times, though. I don't know if that
Which
counts.
Well, that
Pokemon
doesn't
was
count.
only
That
in one
doesn't
episode?
count. It needs to be a one-off character.
Fucking Lugia. I don't know. Lugia probably showed up more than once though.
I know that's the thing
Yeah,
about
but-
one-off characters
yeah,
is that
'cause-
these days they show up at least twice.
Because Charlie, I was gonna say Ember from Danny Phantom, but she shows up multiple times, doesn't she?
Yep, she does.
Twice, at least twice, yeah, if not more.
Yeah.
What's
I
your
think I
favorite
can pull something out of my
recurring
butt.
character?
What's a Harry Potter character that like only shows up once?
Is there one that only shows up once?
Exactly. I have to think of a
Just
show,
once.
and then I have to think if there's any one-off characters, and then I have to decide if I like them.
What's your favorite reoccurring character on a show
That
that's
doesn't
not a
help me
protagonist?
That doesn't help me either.
All right, I've got one I'll go with, even though I think I can do better.
I don't think we can all succeed at this question.
Sounds like this is a question for
Narrow it
next
down.
time.
Yeah.
I
narrow
can't
it down
even say Launchpad from
significantly.
DuckTales because he's a reoccurring character.
Why would
Yes.
you even think him? He's like a main character.
Oh,
I know.
He's the main character, okay?
all right, you can take the concept. I mean, if they show up a second time, but just
No,
largely
he's
aren't
like
there
one
much.
of the characters that's there a lot.
Yeah, that doesn't
Yeah.
count.
How
It
about
doesn't
we
work. Hold on.
narrow down the question? Like,
Yeah.
Who's your favorite
favorite-
one-off character from DuckTales?
I haven't watched the original. I've only
haven't
watched the
Same.
2017.
It's been so long.
I can only think of like cameo characters in cartoons and stuff.
Oh, I've got one
And
that
those would
doesn't.
work.
Wait,
Oh,
hold on. I have an idea. I have an idea.
Yeah, save us, please.
Maybe this will help. We could say, what is your favorite crossover episode of like, you know, a cartoon or whatever kind of show, like crossover with a different show that you like?
That one I have one for right away.
Because I have one for it
Okay.
immediately.
I
Um,
no.
that-
You can't just-
Every crossover.
I'm trying to recall if I've ever
related
seen a
to
crossover
Terra.
episode.
Oh no.
Ugh.
This is the worst. So, this is funny. Everyone else knows this, but you might not yet, Rachel, but that we started doing these icebreaker questions because they're good, like as an icebreaker, as a warm-up to get people into the mood or whatever. But I have said in the past that I was like, we started doing these, and then because of exactly what is happening right now, I started being like, I don't like doing questions,
Oh,
and then
they're good.
almost everyone else was like, we love the questions.
Well, we do, but for the longest time, we started like
That's
pre-giving
why
the
we
questions.
need to discuss
Yeah,
what
I-
the question is in
okay.
the chat before, so we have time to think about it.
I know,
Answer.
but I
Nobody
listen.
does
I have to think about all the other aspects of the game. I forget to,
No,
to
I know,
ask
I
people
know.
to think.
What do you put on your
let's-
hot dogs?
I think it's easier to do something creative
Best
like the
condiment.
conspiracy theories, because at least then I can just come up with something out of my butt rather than think through
Somehow-
all my
I don't
memories.
make
Not
one
come up
up.
with any conspiracy theory at all. Any. Like, there's so
Somehow-
many.
Somehow the do you have that dog in you question was like
That
the
was
best.
such a good question.
That was
It
such
was
a
a
good
good
discussion
question.
because we all had to vote whether they had that dog in. it.
Yes.
I just want to point out how incredibly neurodivergent this entire cast is, because we asked who's your favorite one-off character, and everyone immediately started acting like there was going to be someone who was going to check and make sure it was actually their favorite one-off character, or they would get arrested.
So, I think I've got one.
No lying on the
I literally
podcast.
cannot think of one.
I'm assuming no.
Is it the point of
I
a
would
one-off
be
character that they're
with
like not
myself, and I'd be
memorable?
upset. if I-
Everyone's talking.
Ah!
I started talking first.
Okay.
Unlike all of you. You guys are like, I like this character and this character and this character. And I'm over here like, who the hell is a one-off character? They're meant to be unmemorable.
Oh my
So,
Why would I remember that?
I've got a character that's technically a one-off character, but sort of not. I'm assuming nobody's ever seen the TV show, the Canadian TV show Slings and Arrows.
Oh
It's
my-
about a
what?
theater.
I watched
But-
like a fifth of an episode once.
Well, the thing is, in the first episode, you have a clear main character. He's the artistic director of the show. And at the very end of that episode, he gets hit by a car and absolutely dies. But
Nice.
for the rest of the whole series, the new main character, who's like his protege, basically is seeing this guy in his mind. So he's always around, like he's a ghost, but you
That's
never
not a
really know
one-off
if he's
character.
real.
That's a
That's a ghost.
support character.
Yeah, I know, but he died.
That's a ghost.
But he died, so he's not real. He's just in the guy's head.
No.
None of the characters are real.
I know.
So the only way that you can answer this if there's like a villain or something that shows up in one episode and then they get defeated and they never show up again.
Not necessarily. There were side characters in some shows
That's
that show
true,
up
but
once
a
and
lot
disappear.
of shows bring them back.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. A lot of shows do.
I do think
I
we
can't
should
think
get off,
of one
I do
character.
think that we should get off this question because it
Yes.
appears to
No,
be
we're
causing
gonna
bad-
spend too much time on
Yeah.
trying
It's gonna
to
give me a brain aneurysm.
fix
It really
fix
is.
this
It's a good question. I will be thinking about this all week.
No, it isn't. It's not a good question.
I'm literally over here like, I don't know, an NPC from some Spyro game. It's like
You know,
I
you
don't
could have just said
know.
that.
Yeah.
Does that count as one-off if it's like,
Yes!
you go into the level more than once?
Which one is your
They-
favorite dragon that you rescue? I know you got one, probably.
No, I don't.
Okay.
The
Wait.
point of an icebreaker question in a podcast is to have a fun, short, quippy answer, and not to actually be an exploration of your inner depths.
I don't
Well,
even have a
okay,
fun
y'all have
cookie
fun
answer
answering.
for
I have no answer.
Conspiracy theories.
Now starts our episode of Teen Titans Roll.
All right. God. I mean,
Just have us arguing for 2 minutes and then just say fuck it and
Yeah.
cut it down.
yeah. I don't
You
know.
put in the
I don't know,
Patreon
what's your
for like
favorite
this is
side
what it
character
actually
in
sounds
Teen
like.
Titans?
Yeah.
Have we done favorite Pokemon? I feel like that's easy. Everybody knows Pokemon.
I feel like we have. but
Of
there's
course. Okay,
something
favorite
similar.
Barbie.
What?
You get to
What?
pick.
Wait, what do you
It's easy.
mean?
Ready?
There's Ken and Barbie. What are you talking
Ken,
about?
Pregnant Barbie.
No.
I am
And
fond of pregnant
what was
Barbie.
There's
Weird
Megan,
Barbie? What was her name in
Stacey.
the movie?
Thank you,
Rapunzel.
Rob.
It's four
Why are
choices.
This is psychotic.
I like things that are simple. I'm
Let's
I
too
see.
call the
tired.
Ken with the cock ring.
What?
Wait, no, there was a Ken
What?
who
What
had
the
like
hell
a
did you-
gay ring or
What did
something, and they
Oh,
didn't
you're right.
know. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yo, like
No.
fucked up toys is like parallel to the topic of conspiracy theories.
Wait, fucked up toy or weird toys?
No,
I
fucked
don't
up
know.
toys. Like toys
I
that
was
got
trying
banned.
to remember a certain character from a Barbie cartoon, and I ended up googling Barbie's enemy, and I just want everyone to know that's in my search bar now.
Nice.
Wow.
Wait, Barbie's enemy?
The
Barbie's
robot
enemy.
from Barbie Dreamhouse.
Yeah, my favorite Barbie is the evil robot from Barbie's Dreamhouse.
the AI robot
Do
Hal.
we
Barbie
have
We
fucked up
watched the whole
toy?
thing.
Are we good with fucked up children's toy? Like
That's
does
not a
that work?
question. That's just a thing, like a
Fucked up
concept.
or like
No. I'm like, what's your favorite fucked up toy?
like it's just fucked up because it
Is it gonna be
exists, or
fucked
like
up?
because it was
Or
banned.
like that you think it's fucked up, or like maybe it literally
Cabbage
is.
Patch Kids.
I don't have anything for
I
that.
don't like their
False.
faces.
Nobody
Yeah,
has something
Yeah, I had
for.
an answer for that one.
For that one?
Yeah, Cabbage Patch Kids. I hated those things growing up
Yeah.
I mean, I know what my favorite Barbie is.
because I played with toys when I grew up.
Everybody answer one of the questions.
Everybody answer a different question.
Yeah, what if we just did that and we were just like, all right, everyone answer.
Better
Don't
yet,
say
you
what your
start the
question
episode,
is.
Nobody can say what the question is. You just
All
have
right.
to answer.
Okay, I'm gonna
They
start.
have to guess it in the comments.
Bear with me,
Someone
okay?
yelling Cabbage Patch.
Just give an answer.